Hey guys, did you know that I have a Patreon where you can support me and plus get awesome rewards? Or if you're thinking to yourself, but Julian, I want even more bang for my buck while still supporting you, you can pop over to my Redbubble and check out my awesome store with new designs appearing regularly. But for now, enjoy the video you're about to watch. Hey guys, it's me, Julian Greystoke, here in the dark again. Now, normally I do bookish related videos, but every now and then I look at a movie that I feel has done something well, or poorly, that might pertain to writing. I say that, but this is like the second one of these that I've ever done, so last night my husband and I went to go see Black Panther. Yay! I love superhero movies, and I probably always will. I didn't take any notes or anything for this video, so it might be a little bit random. I apologize. There were a lot of things to recommend Black Panther as a movie, but the thing that we are here to talk about today, which is obvious if you read the title of this video, is the villain, Killmonger. Now this is the part where I tell you that I am going to be talking about spoilers, because to dissect what was done well with this villain, we really need to talk about what happened in the movie. So if you haven't seen the movie, I really recommend that you go watch it and then come back here. Bye-bye now. Kinshu says bye-bye. So Eric Stevens, aka the Killmonger, he was a different villain from what we are maybe used to seeing, especially in Marvel movies, and he's probably one of the only villains in a superhero movie that I have continued to think about all day after seeing the movie. Most of the time the villains are a pretty forgettable part of it, they're just there for the heroes to defeat. Now there's nothing inherently wrong with having a villain that just is evil, however I think that we as writers can all strive to do better. Now I will admit that I am a fan of something like, say, the Evil Forest. Oh, we switched cats. Jane is here now. So yes, I'm a fan of something like the Evil Forest. Some big dark entity that we don't really understand and is maybe evil but mostly just kind of has its own thing going on. I'm a fan of that. So I'm not saying that every villain needs to be the same, but I am saying that whenever possible we really should try to make our villains complex. And Killmonger was an incredibly complex villain who I have been thinking about all day long, and I just knew I had to do this video. The biggest thing with this character is that we totally understand where he is coming from. Great villains truly believe that what they are doing is good. Every villain is the hero of their own story. That is something really important to remember when you are writing a villain. But what's even better than, say, Killmonger just wanting to rule the world, as we see from so many villains, what he wants to do is save it. Now, the way that he's going about saving it is not great, but you completely understand what he's going through and why he's doing this. Even villains that I enjoy, like, say, Loki, are mostly just kind of in it for the power and the glory, but you completely understand where Killmonger is coming from. And at the end of the movie, I was genuinely not sure whose side I was even on. Intellectually, I know that this character has killed a lot of people. He does this scarification thing all over his body to show you how many people he has killed. And yet, at the same time, he's trying to save so many more from going through the experiences that he went through, which are the experiences of many young Black people. He doesn't just want to save the world, he wants to save the world from going through something that he went through. And that is one of the main reasons that Eric is such a relatable villain, because we see in his past what he went through. His father is killed and he sees it, and then later when he talks about it, he almost is blasé about it. He's like, fathers die, because that is what happens in the world where he grew up. That is what happens to Black men. And he desperately wants to stop that from happening. And because of the world that he grew up in and the way that he came into his own as a man, he truly believes that there is no other way but force to succeed. Which is where he runs up against T'Challa, who is the Black Panther, who is a much gentler person, a much more thoughtful person, a person who does not necessarily always reach for violence. I loved this dichotomy. That's something else that we can take away from this. The villain and the hero, very different people, but both very understandable people. I have to say that one of the scenes that really, really touched me personally was when Eric has taken the heart-shaped herb and he is becoming the new Black Panther. They bury him or whatever, and he has this vision quest. And I didn't really know what to expect from his, because the one that we saw with T'Challa was very steeped in their culture, and I wasn't sure if this was going to be what we were going to get with Eric, and it wasn't. And that scene that we get with Eric and his dead father was so amazing to me and so perfect, and that really set up this villain. Basically what I am saying with this is not only should a well-written, complex villain believe themselves to be the hero of the story, but if possible the reader should almost be able to side with them. None of my villains are at this level, and I aspire to one day write one that is so complex. So I guess those are my thoughts. Unless I think of more, I'll put them in the doobly-doo if I doobly-doo. Sound like Ned Flanders. Have you guys seen Black Panther? I hope you have if you actually watched this video. What did you think of Killmonger as a character? Were you able to sympathize with him? Did you see him as just evil? Are you a writer like me and hope to write deep, complex villains like him who we can almost sympathize with? Can I just say, also, my second favorite moment with him was his death moment when he said the thing about being buried at sea. It crushed my heart. So I hope to do that with my villains someday. Anyway guys, this was a random video with me that I just did this for the moment because I don't plan things. Remember everyone that I post new videos here Mondays and Fridays. All the links to my social media are in the doobly-doo, and remember, if you liked what you saw here but you would like it to be better quality, you can support me on Patreon. Any donations I receive from my patrons will go to getting me better equipment. Right now it's gonna go very slowly because I only have the one as of filming this. So it might be a while, so if you want to pitch in, links below to my Patreon. Comment below and let me know what kind of villain is your favorite. Anyway, I will see all of you guys next time with whatever it is I happen to be doing next time. Bye! What's up everybody? It is shout out time! Time to shout out to my very first patron, Kim. And if you want to be cool like Kim, become a patron over on Patreon.